To award a student there for their dedication to community service. It's all part of the Ford Junior Youth of the Month program, a partnership between Ford and the Boys and Girls Club of Kern County. High school volunteers went to Walter Stern Middle School today and recognized a student. The student was honored for demonstrating leadership and service at school, home, or with family, and for doing well in his classes. One of the volunteers from Highland High said being part of the group has been a great experience.
This program has really changed me. The whole aspect of this program is to bring us together and become one big family from every single corner of Bakersfield.
Meanwhile, the student was presented with a certificate, a T-shirt, and a $50 gift card to Target. His name and picture will also be displayed at the Jim Burke Ford dealership for the month of January. You may have noticed that the water levels at Mill Creek Park and Lake Truxton have been pretty low, but officials say it's not a drought, it's maintenance. According to City Water Resources Manager Art Cianello, Mill Creek Park's water levels are low because the canal is shut down around this time of year. The water is used instead for agriculture in the South Bakersfield area, and it should last about 2.5 weeks. While the water is low, crews can clean up and maintain the area. Today, tractors work to remove the sediment from the bottom of the lake area. A crane also helped to remove trash and debris. Lake Truxton is also low due to a closed-off canal, but officials say it's been a few years since maintenance was done in that area. In health news, if you think Americans are getting fatter, the feds say you're right. All of us are. Americans of all ages have gotten heavier and thicker in the 21st century. That's according to a new federal report released today. Waistlines have ballooned too. From 1999 to 2016, women's waists grew more than 2 inches. Men's middles up over an inch. Being overweight can contribute to a host of other health problems, including diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Annie?
Have you ever browsed Amazon and wondered if what you were actually looking at was the real deal? Well, maybe the price was a little too good to be true because Williams-Sonoma is now suing Amazon over this. They claim Amazon is selling unauthorized Williams-Sonoma stuff and also accuse Amazon of ripping off some other of their furniture designs from their West Elm brand. So take a look. Here's an example. The West Elm chair is on the left, but the Amazon chair is on the right. Now, although Amazon has since taken this chair off its website, right now, neither side is commenting on this suit. So here are some ways, though, that you can spot a fake item or seller on Amazon. Check the reviews. If they're excessively positive or sound more like a sales pitch than a review, you might want to think twice. Also, be wary if a third-party seller tries to get you to contact them outside of Amazon, either via text or maybe on a different website. They could be trying to steal your information. And finally, you know this one. We said it earlier. If the price seems way too low, chances are the item is a fake too. Well, for many of us, we have a rewards credit card, earning cash to be used somewhere else, maybe like travel. They're pretty awesome. But while a new study done by Bankrate took a look at all of this and at our spending habits and actually found that reward credit card users earn more on groceries than anything else. Ted Rossman with creditcards.com says if you want to earn the most rewards, it's important to consider your lifestyle.
And that's where you should ask yourself, how do I spend my money? And what do I want to get out of the rewards?
For instance, if you like getting cash back and use the Amex Blue Cash Everyday card and spend about $6,500 on groceries a year, you could actually earn $185 back. But if you use your credit card mainly on gas, if you spend about $1,800 filling up the tank a year, you can earn around $57 back with the Bank AmeriCard. But Rossman does have a warning. If you're someone who carries a balance on your credit cards, forget about earning rewards. Rossman says you'll want to consider switching to a 0% balance transfer. Some options include Chase Slate Card, the Bank AmeriCard, the Amex Everyday. But if you have debt, those cards can actually save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars a year. And there's a lot more to talk about in our lineup. You may have heard this term getting tossed around a lot lately, and that would be self-care. So we're going to be talking to a doctor about whether or not this is something that we should all be thinking about. You're watching The Now. We start the news feed with a search for a man with autism. Investigators say the 22-year-old was on a cruise with a group that works with disabled adults. A passenger saw the man climb over a deck rail before he disappeared. Now, his family believes the man may have thought that he was going swimming. Major League Baseball players from Cuba will no longer have to completely abandon their country after signing on. The MLB and Cuba just reached a deal about this. Now, previously, many Cuban players would make deals with human smugglers to bring them into the U.S. Actress Rachel McAdams making headlines for this photo. She was in a photo shoot just 6 months after giving birth to her son. And as you can see, she's got 2 breast pumps on while still serving up some looks. The photographer wanted to make sure that everyone knew breastfeeding is the most normal thing in the world. Well, we all need a moment to relax and recharge, especially during the hectic holidays. But when a new Congresswoman, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, announced that she needs to unplug, it made headlines. Now's Kamasi Aaron on self-care and why you should not feel guilty about it.
After months of campaigning, 29-year-old Congresswoman-elect Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez announced she's taking a break for self-care, heading to upstate New York to spend a few days in the middle of nowhere.
Things like reading or time to yourself or even being with friends, going to a party, watching a sporting event. Self-care can be whatever feels good to you.
Clinical psychologist Melissa Gressner says self-care is all about taking time for yourself to reconnect and refresh.
If we don't take time to take care of ourselves, then we become disconnected and detached, and we're not as self-aware, and we make mistakes.
She says benefits go beyond just feeling better.
Doing self-care has even been correlated with improving our immunity, our ability to fight off infection, and just staying more balanced to handle the rigors of life.
For Catherine Smith, her self-care is yoga classes like these.
I'm like clear again. Like I'm stronger, I'm more open. I've been able to release or like have perspective shifts on situations with my career or my family.
Keep them closed the remainder if you can.
At this meditation studio, Tim Mulville creates a place of calm and comfort for others to find self-care.
Stress, anxiety, sleep, depression. Those are the top 4 people come in that want some help with. They want a little bit of relief from that suffering, and they find it here.
Whatever you choose, Dr. Gressner says start somewhere, even if it's small. Caring for yourself to better care for others and create a better life. For The Now, I'm Kamasi Aaron.
Thanks, Kamasi. Well, once Christmas is over, you may be wondering what you're going to do with your tree. There's a couple places in town that want you to know they are happy to take it off your hands. The city of Bakersfield will be teaming up with Bakersfield College to provide Christmas tree recycling. You can drop off your tree anytime starting on Christmas Day, December 25th until January 13th of next year. The drop-off location is the parking lot on the corner of Haley Street and University Avenue. You can also take your tree to the Kern County Fairgrounds. A drop-off site has been set up in the South P Street parking lot. Their collection is available through January 12th. The holiday season is filled with gifts, family, and delicious treats, but this street might have all others beat. Check this out. The gingerbread house took bakers 6 weeks to build and weighs more than 150 pounds. Made with plenty of gingerbread and chocolate and topped off with other sweets. It's on display in the lobby of the Four Seasons Biltmore Hotel in Montecito, California. That is very cool. It's life-size. Well, if you have plans to hit the road for Christmas, you're not alone. AAA says you will be joined by more than 112 million other people. Travel experts say that the end of the year is a time when traffic on the roads and in the skies are their busiest, but 2018 is potentially setting new records. Officials estimate 102 million people will be traveling more than 50 miles to visit family now through January 1st. Nearly 7 million others will fly to where they need to be. The reason for the jump in travel? Relatively low gas prices and strong economic growth. So we'll take a look at your skies and travel forecast now as the Now's Allison Gargaro steps in. Doesn't look like anything too crazy happening, at least tomorrow, right?
Yeah, not bad here. We are going to be seeing just cloudy skies, maybe a light breeze picking up in the afternoon. But if you are planning on traveling right around Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, that's when we could be seeing some rain here in the county as well as some snow into the mountains to our north for sure. But today, actually the 8th day in a row of temperatures in the 60s here in Bakersfield. And tomorrow could be the 9th. We had a high of 63 degrees. So that is well above the normal, which is at 56 for this time of year. But we are tracking high pressure still dominating over the region. That is actually going to be pushing off to our east as a system is making its way into northern California. Now, not going to be bringing us any precipitation, but we are going to be seeing winds picking up in the early morning hours on Friday, but the strongest winds actually in the afternoon, they could be seeing gusts anywhere from 15 up to 20 miles per hour. That is going to be in the mountain and down into our desert cities. Now, as for air quality tomorrow, well, because we saw calm skies today, we are going to be in the moderate range with an AQI of 78, and there is no burning unless with a registered device. But temperatures tomorrow, again, in those 60s here in the valley, as well as in the Kern River Valley, down to 58 degrees in the South Mountains. But we are tracking some different weather patterns making their way into the county starting on Monday. So we're tracking a system that's going to be bringing rain into the county starting at 10 p.m. continuing into Christmas morning. We're looking at a 40% chance of rain. Looks like most of that rain will be clearing out though by the afternoon. But if all the stars align, we could be seeing some snow actually in the mountains. But behind that system, we are going to be seeing much cooler temperatures down to 52 degrees as a high on Christmas. The Now Bakersfield will be right back.
Some money you've been saving could disappear at the end of the year. We're talking about your flexible savings account. Most are use it or lose it. Less than half allow you to roll over any money into 2019. Even fewer have a grace period past 2018 until about mid-March for you to file new claims and use the money you have. So if you don't have any outstanding medical bills to pay off, here's something that you can actually buy with your FSA money. You can stock up on prescriptions or drugstore supplies that you use regularly, things like Band-Aids, first aid kits, cold and hot body wraps for aches and pains. And we surf the online FSA store for more ways to spend the money. They have on there under personal care. You can find things like sunscreen, lip balm, reading glasses, thermometers, even overnight underwear for kids and adults. But there are also more pricey high-tech health devices that you can use your FSA dollars on, like a smartphone thermometer and blood pressure monitors, light therapy devices that can be used for acne or arthritis pain, A TENS machine, which is one of those devices that comes with pads that send electric pulses to sore muscles. And speaking of pain and tension, if you want to use your FSA money for a massage, you will need a prescription from your doctor. However, you don't need one to get acupuncture. Well, if you live far from home, getting back to mom and dad for the holidays can be very expensive. A lot of people miss out on seeing their loved ones simply because of the cost. But having a few extra Sky Miles can help. The Now's Nicole Vowell shows us how one generous man is making sure that people get home this holiday with the help of his own Sky Miles.
When a client says, I want you to keynote our conference in Tokyo, I'm on a plane. Brand everything.
Peter Shankman's job as a public speaker takes him around the world, living his dream.
I don't have to sit behind a desk. I'm not, I don't hate my job. This is amazing. I'm like, did I get paid to do this? Consistently blows me away.
For the last 20 years, he spent countless hours in the air, traveling to his next keynote stage and racking up lots of Sky Miles along the way.
Over time, it just, they pile up. I'm sitting on millions of them. I'm like, there's got to be something better I could do with them. And
so he did, posting a contest on Imgur, a social sharing site. He started offering up his frequent flyer miles for free.
I wrote a blog post about 5 years ago, and I said, if anyone needs to get home and can't, maybe I can help you out.
Heartbreaking holiday stories started pouring in. He then decided to make his donations annual.
Reconnected someone in the Army with his girlfriend he hadn't seen in over a year. We sent home someone this year to see her grandfather for the last time who's dying of cancer.
Over the last 5 years, dozens of families have been given the gift of going home for the holidays, all thanks to Shankman's sky-high generosity.
I write the posts, and people submit their stories, and we send people home. It's nice. It's a great feeling, and it makes you feel really good.
Reporting for The Now, I'm Nicole Vowell.
Nicole, thank you. Well, next in our lineup, when you hear practical gifts, you probably think of things like a vacuum or a treadmill, but I'm going to show you some last-minute practical gifts that will get big smiles this year. You're watching The Now. If you've been busy and need to do some last-minute holiday shopping, hold off leaving your house. You might be able to buy the best gift from the comfort of your couch. It's easy to give cash as a gift, but here are some practical gifts that have thought behind them. We all know someone who loves to travel, but taking trips around the world can be expensive. So did you know that Airbnb and Hotels.com have gift cards? And for the future traveler, check out the website Little Passports. It's a subscription box for kids 3 to 12 that'll cost you less than $15 a month. What's practical is that it's a STEM gift, meaning it helps them with learning. But it's also fun at the same time because they'll receive geographical games and activities introducing them to cultures around the globe. For the sports fan in your life, there's more gifts than just a team jersey. Get them something they can really use, like a gift card to StubHub or Ticketmaster, so they can go to any game they want. For the commuter who relies on Uber or Lyft as their mode of transportation, think about getting them a ride-sharing gift card. For the foodie in your life, get them a subscription box. There's one for less than $30 a month called Farm to People. It will deliver them gourmet items from a small batch producer, things they could never find in their grocery store. So many unique but practical gift ideas that hopefully took the stress out of your last-minute shopping. And a lot of us may be rushing to return failed Christmas gifts this week, but once you make a return, it doesn't necessarily end up on the same store shelf. Tomorrow here on The Now, we go inside the place where returns are stored before they're refurbished.
Coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11, Bakersfield police releasing new information on the disappearance of Micah Holstenbake, why officials say they now believe he's dead. We have more on those details. We're now learning about it in the homicide investigation that was just launched. Coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. In the meantime, though, on a much lighter note, we are talking about the weather here and what we're seeing. A little chilly, but not too bad.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad at all today. We are seeing clouds that are rolling in. That's going to act as a blanket, so keep us warm as we head into the evening. 53 degrees right now here in Bakersfield. The mountains are in the low 40s, but Christmas just a few days away. Can you believe it? We have a mild weekend
I'm
ahead.
not done shopping, so I can't believe it.
Me either. Not done baking yet either. The cute little gingerbread house behind us. So 59 degrees on Sunday and Monday, and then we are tracking a system moving into the county actually over Christmas Eve into the early morning hours on Christmas. So we are talking about rain that will be across the entire county. And then if temperatures are below freezing in the mountains when we are seeing that rain, then we could be seeing a white Christmas. Crossing both sets of fingers because that would be awesome. But as we get closer, we will have more ideas on that.
Alta Sierra would like that too. That's going to do it for us here on The Now Bakersfield. We'll see you back here tonight for 23 ABC News at 11.